Hey girls, do you fancy a nice relaxing evening?
Sure. Sounds lovely.
Excellent. We're doing a Call of Cthulhu game.
That's not relaxing.
That's literally the opposite of relaxing.
There'll be audience participation.
Worse!
Live theatre.
Much worse.
Unscripted chaos.
You're making it sound less appealing every second.
Eldritch horror.
Better.
Potential psychological trauma.
Now we're talking!
My Daughter's Keeper is coming live to the Blakey Theatre, 18th of July 2026. Join the cast for a full live Call of Cthulhu actual play adventure featuring audience participation, cosmic horror, impossible mysteries, terrible decisions, and whatever unexpected nonsense happens when a family podcast takes the stage. One night, one mystery, countless opportunities for things to go catastrophically wrong. Be there to witness it live.
Dad, what if the audience gets us all killed?
That's what we call immersive theatre.
Can the audience help us summon the ancient evil?
And this is why we don't let Mo plan anything. What could possibly go wrong?
Everything!
My Daughter's Keeper presents Dark Lullaby, part of the Scions of the Dark Goddess campaign. A 7th edition modern Call of Cthulhu scenario by Ruben Calante and Enrique Camino. Episode 8.
Before we head off out of the cafe, I'm going to sit down, drink a cup of coffee that I ordered.
Yep.
And fetch my trusty smartphone out of my pocket.
Oh, yes.
And go onto Amazon and see if they have a copy of this book.
You can indeed. It is a thoroughly out-of-print book. In fact, Amazon don't appear to have any information on it at all. When you do a web search for it, you do find some very local reports about it, some old archive information when it was originally published. It seems to be a very, very scarce volume. And
Very cool.
And Kody has a copy of it in its entirety.
Dun, dun, dun.
Which you collected from Geraldine's collection of clippings and information, which I just realised I forgot to send you the rest of. I will just drop those. Yes, the rest of the newspaper clippings. There's only 2 of them. There we go.
We'll text in the a group chat that they would have made about the folklore and legends, and mention that the fundraising for the restoration of the church, the memoriam. The memoriam is the guy that wrote the book about the folklore.
Yes.
And he kind of mentioned that.
Yeah.
And in the message as well, also he'd make sure that Officer Peabody knows that he found the 9mm round in the play area, and just basically would move it towards him just carefully, and just say oh, do you mind going over there so it looks like you found it, if you need to get any more information from the ladies.
This the students that Dr. Neville supposedly indoctrinated seems to be highly prejudiced towards female persuasion. What part of his anatomy he was indoctrinating them with?
I was a little. I was hoping to see if any of the people we've interacted with could have, been former students of a former. Well, he's still alive, isn't he, Mr. Neville? Or Professor Neville.
I think so.
You certainly couldn't find
said
a
you
death
did.
record for him. There was no death record for him.
I didn't find a death record on it. It doesn't mean that he's still alive, it just means that his body hasn't been found. But who knows? Who knows?
I guess maybe we should look around town, see if any of these former students of his could be lurking in town. If you
Do that? We could.
I mean, if he did set up
Okay.
his clinic
I
here,
mean,
they might be involved,
Oh,
and they might have moved here.
that's a point I should have mentioned. The newspaper clipping about Professor Neville rings rather alarming bells for Kody, as a lot of those names, certainly the female names, were on the tombstones, the headstones in the cemetery.
So it's just come back to me. I think a lot of these women that are on this list. Is there any of them that I didn't see the name of?
The only one that's quite obviously, let's say, from the female list that you did not see a headstone for was Emily Passif.
I've just remembered that at the church, all of these women, aside from Emily Passif, seems to have passed away in this town, which does not bode well for our little investigation into the Neville. I'm gonna just call him Neville at this point. So maybe we should try and find this Emily Passif, see if she's still around and in town, or if she isn't, if anyone knows where she might be.
well, sure thing. Hang on 1 second. And once again, I get out my trusty cell phone and call up directory inquiries. Good day
Very
there,
helpful of a police officer.
directory inquiries.
How can I help
Do you have a number for Emily Passif at all, please?
Could you give me a location, please?
Yeah, I'll give him this town.
Yeah. Sorry, sir, we don't have an Emily Passif listed. Can I help you with anything else?
Oh, that's fine. Thank you very much for your help.
Yeah, you're welcome. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. I could, I suppose. I could go to the police station and see if they know of Emily Passif, but if there's something suspicious going on and the police haven't closed it down, small towns and sheriffs get voted in. It's a popularity contest. It's not like big cities. They don't have police commissioners and police departments. The police usually, in small towns like this, are closely tied to the local landowners, the local businessmen, the men of money. Well, it's not always the case, but if we do go to them and ask them about Emily Sharif, and they're in any way involved, then we could be tipping our hand.
Eric, can I find...
To do it if y'all think it's...
Eric will say, like, in a very hushed tone about the 9mm round to Officer Peabody. He just says, I mean, if you want, you could ask the ladies, but just go over to where I was there, and like you'll kind of nudge to where the play area is. That's where I found the 9mm. I'm sure a police officer finding a 9mm round might loosen their lips a little bit. Maybe they'll know something about this lady.
I'm just trying to think how I could tie in. I found a 9mm round in the cafe to being related to Emily Sharif.
Could say that you're...
Let me have a think about it. If you want me to go to the police station and inquire, I will. If this was 20 years ago, we could have just got the yellow pages from a phone book and found her number. Everybody's number was listed. If she lived in this town, it would be listed. But directory inquirer didn't have anything.
Eric will look up her name on Facebook, or Twitter as well. Let's just see if she's addicted to...
Quick search.
You go for that.
You don't find anything about an Emily Passif. Nothing new. The only hits you get appear to be very brief mentions in newspaper archives which appear to link back to the clipping. I think ultimately it comes down to a question of do you want to seek out the chapel, or do you want to go and investigate the winery from this point? I think you've pretty much exhausted the town.
What does everybody want to do next? Where shall we go?
I'll go to the winery. Why not?
Chapel? Winery? You just want to drink.
Okay. You should have seen that mechanic man. Gosh, she was very, very stressful.
Let's
From,
go and have some wine and some goat's cheese.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to go to the try and find the chapel alone. I'll be honest.
I think so. Yeah, I don't think we should split up.
Just
Especially
based off of what we
with
found.
lots of Yeah, I think we should stick together.
That makes sense.
We should cover each other's backs, as it were. Off to the wine shop.
You very quickly drive out of town and find yourself. It's well signposted, and there seem to be extra signs up to make use of the place during the festival. The car park's surprisingly busy. You managed to find a space though. It's got a surprising amount of security. There's a very high 3-meter fence around the premises. Beautifully paved road that goes up through a security barrier, but they seem to be letting most people through today. And you can see that there's also a surprising amount of security. There's cameras all over the place. Next to the guards' entrance, there is what looks like a kennel. They've got some dogs there. You can see that some of the fields off to one side of the main factory unit, if you like. And there's loads of work trucks here. There's a variety of cars, and you can see a group of people milling about at the main entrance. They seem to be getting ready to go inside. As you approach, a middle-aged man comes out, says, "Welcome to the Neville Winery. Thank you very much for joining us. We will be taking you on a tour of our facility, and there will be a tasting session afterwards in the cafe. If anybody wants to give me a spot hidden real quick."
Seeing as you are so nicely.
I hit the wrong button. I hit the hidden roll button, so I'll just reveal it instantly.
That's right.
Nope.
I don't see anything, but
I think that might be an extremely good success.
That certainly is. Perhaps the spiel just isn't doing it for you, and you can't help but notice that off down one of the paths that goes down the side of the main building appears to head off into the woodland, and although it's a very small and practically a dirt path, it does seem to be very well trod. It stands out to you. The question, I suppose, now is, do you join the tour as it begins to make its way inside?
I think I nudge the other two and do the old head shake towards that path off into the woodlands. I think we may find something more interesting out in the woods. A young lady did buy stuff to venture into the woods, mapping equipment and a weapon. I believe she may have gone out looking for something, and I think we should perhaps not look at what they want us to look at, and we should explore on our own recognizance.
Do you think we should probably be moving a little bit? Do you think they'll be able to see us going that way? Is more what I'm going to try and hint at.
There's quite a crowd here, and the security, although there's lots of cameras about the place, security guards themselves only appear to have been at the gate, which is the other side of the car park. No one seems to be paying much attention. They seem to be more interested in counting heads as people enter into the factory side of the winery.
I stay with.
You wouldn't have any problem slipping down the side of them.
Yeah.
Eric will say, if I stay here with the group, if there are anything they want us to know, if there's anything that stands out because of what we know, I'll text you any details. Maybe that'll help with your investigation.
Don't think we should split up, Eric. I think we should stick together.
I suppose it depends how forceful Eric wants to be. If you wanted to give me opposed power rolls.
Okay. Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. I think that Carmen Peabody definitely has the force of personality here, unless you are absolutely willing to go against someone that you know and trust.
Peabody withdraws his suggestion, and he succumbs to the suggestion of our colleague, and he says, "You and the little lady go on the tour. I'll sneak out. It would be easier for one person to sneak off on their own. You guys go inside and follow the tour. And when you can slip out afterwards, you slip out and you come and meet me out in the woods. I'm going to go and investigate. Okay? And how does that sound to y'all?"
Sounds good.
Okay.
As you two join the tour, they take you in and through the reception building, and which you can see the cafe bar, and there is a previous group that seems to be enjoying their wine tasting and cheese. And there appear to be a number of large photographs on the walls, workers all posing together like a big family, and in the middle of which is quite a striking individual, which from the various research you did before you came here, you would know is Alexander Neville. And in the cafe bar, in the far corner, there's an elderly gentleman, appears slightly disfigured, but that is definitely, without question, Neville. He seems to be making small talk with the group of people, as you are very quickly shuffled along with the rest of the tour group, past a boutique which seems to be selling a variety of the winery's products, cheeses. They take you on a tour through the presses and fermentation area, past the stores and elevators, and very quickly round the loading bay, so that they can show you the magic at work. Could you give me spot hiddens, please?
Nope.
Also no.
Okay. Very quickly.
Probably too wrapped up on seeing Neville.
Possibly, yes. The tour proceeds, and unless either of you have a particular interest in the production of wine, it all kind of just washes over you in a very perfunctory way. And you find yourselves being ushered around the vats as they describe the various processes, and they take you towards one of the bottling rooms, which you can clearly see as this is quite an industrial process at this point. And I'm sure for the wine aficionados, they are absolutely eating this up. They're loving the experience, the bespoke nature of it all. Obviously, they're enjoying it. You lot are bored out of your skulls. They take you up onto the second level. There's not a huge amount to see. There's more of the storage tanks that you can see, and they take you through into a lab where they're doing development into flavors. There's various herbs and other things that can be added to the wine in order to make it more interesting, before eventually making your way round and back down towards the cafe, where a fresh selection of drinks in tiny little cups have been laid out with spittoons and little cups of water for you to rinse out afterwards, as well as what appears to be a very interesting selection of cheeses and crackers have been laid out for you to sample as the main portion of the tour comes to an end.
With the herbs, I'll do a natural world roll to see if there was anything there that doesn't quite make sense.
Oh yes, yeah, of course. A lot of the. Oh,
yeah.
Excellent.
That's a critical as well.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I mean, certainly, as you're going around, you're cataloguing those kind of details, definitely. There's some interesting combinations. And in fact, as they bring you down to the cafe, they say that the first batches of some of their new flavoured selections are available, and that is one of the beauties of this, is the opportunity to work on this.
So was there a herb that he didn't recognise, or was
there
most
was
of it?
there was nothing that you didn't recognise.
No.
There were some interesting choices which you thought, ooh, actually, you know what? Yeah, and they do actually give you some of the samples, and there are some very nice ones. You actually find that you might actually be, tempted to pick up a bottle or two. Some of them were very nice.
Just to check as well, when we did do the tour and he was looking at all of the winery,
yep.
I can make a fresh natural roll if you like, but was there anything like in the making where he was like, that's bizarre, like why would you do it like that?
You can give me another spot hidden if you want.
No.
Not quite a fumble, but
Getting there.
Yes, the beauty of the 95. There was nothing stood out. You don't see Neville again. He seems to have disappeared. You don't know where, but at some point during the tour, he has made himself scarce. You find yourself back outside. No sign of Peabody.
Thank you for listening, and as always, a huge thank you to our Patreon members that help to keep the lights on, the microphones running, and the Eldritch horrors properly contained. We'd like to thank, in particular, Daniel Gregory, Karen Morgan, and the dwarven host of the Grimlores podcast, Gerald. Thank you very much for your continued support. If you'd like to join their ranks, head on over to patreon.com/MyDaughter'sKeeper, where you will gain access to a growing library of exclusive scenarios you won't find in the main feed, entry into our members-only Discord community, behind-the-scenes content, and a chance to pull up the chair at our Patreon-only games. Whether you're here for cosmic horror, heroic fantasy, or sci-fi survival, or simply to watch otherwise sensible people make catastrophically bad decisions with dice, there's plenty more waiting for you. Until next time, keep your lights on, your eyes open, and remember which game you're in when somebody suggests splitting the party. Good night, and good luck.